Hey everybody, we are back and we are live for the Star Wars Andor watch party and after show, as well as everything else that we talk about during this show because it's our show, so why not? Um, so we're back. I'm Mike Sandoval from MUSE TV. On my right over here, let
And
him do
once
his.
again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F ray. And I'm on camera this week. Not beautifully so, but I'm doing my best. It's been a long couple days, man, and it has been a long day. But I'm here and I'm on camera just like I promised, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Me, I'm like the one day you decide to go on camera is the day that you had the busiest day you could possibly imagine.
It's like it's been nonstop lately, you know?
Yeah, oh, I get it.
And now it's like it's even before the holidays, right before the holidays hit is when it's like at its most busiest.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
like
can only imagine for you it's getting close to Thanksgiving where how bad it's gonna get.
yeah. So how are things, Mike? I believe you saw Black Panther last week.
Yes, saw Black Panther Wakanda
What
Forever.
what can you tell us about Black Panther Wakanda Forever?
I don't think I can really tell you much yet because the embargo doesn't lift till next week.
Okay.
There was social media embargoes have lifted. I guess I could say how I feel about it because of social media embargoes.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was really
Okay.
good. I was really happy with it.
And you talked to some of the cast as well?
Yeah, talked to the lady who plays Namora and Alex. I forget his last name, but he plays Atuma.
So
Talked to them.
Namora is in it.
What?
So Namora is it, or is it Namora or Namorita?
Namora.
They call her Namor. Do they call her Namor?
Yeah, they call her
Is
Namora.
she Namor's sister? Well, like, what's the relation?
I don't really know, but it doesn't really say in the film. But yeah,
I
but
believe in the comics she's called Namorita, though.
yeah,
Okay.
and I talked to Letitia Wright,
Okay.
Shuri, which I was supposed to get 4 minutes, but I only got
Well,
3.
congrats. That's
Some
really
people
big
didn't know
for
how to.
you. And where can we check that out?
Oh, you can check it out on the MUSE TV YouTube channel. You can see it on Amazon Fire TV right now as well.
Huh?
And later this week, I have a one-on-one with Alex again, who plays Atuma, and that's coming out on Friday.
Well, congrats to you, and I'm very happy to see you getting out there and doing that.
And we got something special,
Mhm.
possibly this Saturday and Sunday. So stay tuned.
So that movie's coming out. Well, you already got to see it.
Yeah.
The proletariat, such as myself, won't be able to see it until it hits theaters later next week. So,
yeah. But
Black
next
Panther,
Tuesday, yeah, next Tuesday I'll be able to talk about it because the review embargo is lifted.
And then for me, I recently reviewed Tales of the Jedi, so you can check that out now at 411mania.com. I also reviewed some of the Animation is Film Festival, so you can check out some of my reviews there over at the Illuminati. I covered that for the Illuminati. And Black Adam for 411 Mania as well. So Black Adam #1 at the box office again. So just because this came out today, I kind of want to talk. If you don't mind, we talk a little wrestling.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
we got an hour till the show, and there's not a lot of talk about Andor episode 8.
All right. So since we're both wrestling fans, so WWE, even though Vince McMahon is gone from the company, they still have this Saudi Arabia deal, which was, let's be honest, it was very controversial. And WWE was supposed to go back to Saudi Arabia for like one of their what would you call it? Not biannual. Like they go there like twice a year. So Crown Jewel is going to be their big premium live event in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, November 5th. Here is the rub. The rub is that the Saudi Arabian government has warned the United States of an imminent attack by Iran. Now, look, this is the Wall Street Journal reporting this. So the Wall Street Journal reports that the kingdom has shared information with U.S. intelligence warning of an attack from Iran. The report states that Saudi Arabia, the United States, and several neighboring states to the kingdom have raised the level of alert for military forces. Crown Jewel, which is set for later this week, according to PWI Insider, it's moving forward as planned. The company is moving forward with security protocols and emergency contingencies in place in case there are any issues. So, WWE has not commented on this situation. So what do you make of this whole...
So what you're saying is that they're giving Brock Lesnar a gun just in case.
I mean, Would you mess with Brock Lesnar without a gun? Would you feel comfortable or safe doing that, Mike?
No, not at all.
Most normal people wouldn't do that.
When his arm is the size of my waist, no.
The man basically, the man is a part-time WWE guy and he's a full-time hunter.
Yeah.
A full-time hunter-gatherer. He probably hunts, kills, and cooks all of his own meat, all of his own game.
Yep.
He is supposed to be there. Lesnar is supposed to be at the show this weekend. He's supposed to wrestle Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, do you think WWE should move forward with this threat to Saudi Arabia, considering an event like WWE Crown Jewel would be a massive gathering of people?
Yeah.
And arguably a high-level target.
If that is going on and they've already notified the U.S., I would back out of it. But I think I think there's so much money involved that they can't back out of it. And I think that's the bad thing.
You see, because this is supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul, and that's like this is like one of the biggest kind of showcase things of the year for WWE, because you have this big social media star versus Roman Reigns, their top champion. Do you think there's any chance they would reschedule and move venues, even at the last minute?
They may. It's possible. But I don't know the logistics on that, if it's even possible at this point.
So let's see. So Crown Jewel is supposed to be this weekend.
Yep.
Survivor Series is November 26th. So that would be 3 weeks apart.
Yeah. November 26th is Survivor Series?
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving weekend is Survivor Series?
Right.
Has it ever been on Thanksgiving weekend?
It usually is. It's just they didn't have I don't think they had a pay-per-view. They didn't have premium live event. The premium live events. So do you think maybe they should postpone? I would postpone it.
I would postpone it.
I don't want, look, this is your livelihood. These are your biggest stars. And remember that thing where they were detained, back in 2019?
Yep.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about
it. There was that, and that was a bad, no matter what the public excuse was, that was a bad look on WWE, and that was a bad look for the company.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon is not there anymore. He might be the top. He's still the top stakeholder, yes, but he is not the chairman and CEO. It's Stephanie now, and Triple H is the chief creative officer. It's a new regime, a new era. Do you think this is going to? Do you see this as a big test for them, or do you think we're making too big a deal out of this?
I think it is a test for them, and it hurts. There's a lot of money in this, a lot of money involved in this,
right? But
especially, and you look at it on both sides. You could lose if something were to happen. You lose a lot of money on your end, from losing possibly wrestlers being stuck there, which means shows are going to have to cancel here,
right? And
on the opposite end, from the government's paying all this money to go in,
right? But the government, the Saudi government, is the one that's saying, "Hey, we're concerned about an imminent attack." By the way, they're the ones saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
So they would understand.
And that's the one thing. It's like if you're getting those threats, like I'm thinking a lot of the wrestlers are already saying, like, dude, I don't want to be over there.
Right.
So if a lot of them back out, they're gonna either force them to go or they're just gonna cancel.
Apparently the policy, because remember after the whole incident with what was the journalist's name?
The guy who got
Jamal Khashoggi. So remember, that was the Washington Post journalist that the Saudi government had murdered. And that happened back in 2018. And after that, a lot of people were very upset that WWE continued to be involved with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So I know they had this long-term deal. But look, I know deals like that are probably hard to break, but I feel like they shouldn't have taken that deal to begin with, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
It was a bad deal, and to me, it's an issue. I think they should, at the very least, postpone the event.
Yeah,
but it's not my call. Stephanie and Nick Khan are the co-CEOs, so I don't. But
I think, like, to me, I always felt like
it's a dicey situation.
Yeah. To me, I always felt like WWE should have, instead of focusing to Saudi Arabia, focus on Asia, Japan, South Korea.
I mean, they've done stuff over there. Yeah.
And do a premium live event somewhere out there.
The thing is, like, the Saudi government, the Saudi Sports Authority was just offering them so much money to bring their shows there. So
or Dubai. It was like everybody's doing shit in Dubai. Everybody's doing stuff in Dubai now. I mean,
but like they call it that. They call the saying is this the sweet Saudi blood money. You know.
Exactly.
It's like, is Dubai going to pay them the multi-millions of dollars that the Saudi government did to bring their shows? So
they probably could, but I don't think they're going to. I mean, their view is the World Cup items, things like the World Cup and stuff like that is what they're more concerned about, and that starts pretty soon.
Anyway, well, my best wishes to the WWE crew. I mean, look, we don't want anything bad to happen. I hope nothing goes wrong if they do move forward with everything. So,
yeah,
just my best wishes to everyone and safe travels to all those guys, because I don't want anything bad to happen. And I hope they are vigilant and using the strict safety methods. Look, if it means arming Brock Lesnar to the teeth, I have no problem with that, because I ain't messing with Brock Lesnar. But
yeah, I think it could hold.
I'm not the Iranian government. I don't know what they're thinking.
And I think he could hold his own. So I'm not worried. If you have Brock Lesnar there, he could hold his own.
Okay. All right. So tonight we have Andor.
Yep.
So what are we on, episode 9 now, or
episode 9?
Okay.
There is
so where we left off, Andor was stuck in that prison. Andy Serkis was introduced as a human. Andy Serkis is a human character of all things, as the sort of floor manager named Kino. Really intense. The tension was really ratcheting up. We saw that clip. Remember, we saw there was a clip that was released today, and it looks like something is going down at the prison. Did you see this clip for today's episode?
No, I did not see the clip.
Okay, so there's a clip that it was publicly released. So it looks like something big is going down at the prison, and like all the inmates are starting to panic. Like there was an alarm. An alarm went off. Someone raised the alarm. We don't know what's going on exactly. So, but it's a pretty dire situation for Andor. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of prison breakout. I don't know how it's going to happen. Yeah. We also had Luthen's accomplices, Cinta and Vel. They were searching for Andor on his home planet. but of course Andor is not there. And then Deidre Miro arrested Bix Kayleen, Andor's ex, who helped him make contact with Luthen. So she's now in Imperial custody. Oh, you know something interesting about Denise Gough, who plays Dedra Miro.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this until someone pointed it out. She is the voice of Yennefer Vengerberg, not in the Witcher TV series, in the Witcher video games.
Oh, shoot.
So, have you ever played The Witcher 3?
I have not.
Never even played.
I haven't even played.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
I don't have a new video game console to play these games anymore. I want to get one, but I still can't get a PS5.
You Philistine.
Shoot, everybody that, like, I've been waiting for a PS5 since it came out. I still can't.
Yeah. If you like the Witcher games, Denise Gough, who plays Dedra, is Yennefer in The Witcher 3. So, speaking of, Henry Cavill and Netflix confirmed he's out of The Witcher 3. Not The Witcher Netflix show after season 3. Yep. So season 3, which debuts in the summer, no more Cavill after the next season. He's being replaced by Liam Hemsworth. So, wow. So first they announced he's returning as Superman. Now he's leaving The Witcher. I have a headache. Oh my God. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Like,
a big
Elon Musk owns Twitter now. Everyone's everyone's angry about that.
We know it.
Blue check marks are going to cost $20 a month.
They're all coming over here to YouTube now. We say no, we don't want you here. So there you go.
I don't know what to do. I've got a giant headache, but yeah, Henry. What do you make of Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher?
It makes sense to me. Like, I know he wants to be Superman again, especially after Hamada was the way he was treated after the last time he played Superman for Justice League. I think they're gonna do big things with him, and I think they're gonna announce a movie probably next year that they're in production.
Okay then. So, any expectations for tonight's Andor?
No, really. I'm just going into it today.
You think he gets out of the prison this week?
If you're saying there's a bunch of commotion, probably. Because after this is only 3 more. Was it 10, 11, and 12? 3 more episodes.
9, so there will be 3 more after this episode.
Yeah, so it has to, and then it has to start hopefully closing up for the season.
At least last week's episode was a fairly full length. So I hope this week is similar.
Yeah, same here.
Just because I feel, the early episodes were kind of short, but I feel like we've been having that thing a lot.
Yep.
But man, last week was just really, like, there wasn't a lot of action, but it was just really suspenseful, intense, and just very heightened. Just because, like, because of that, the way the floor is trapped in that prison. Like, if you step on the floor, you're gonna get fried. Basically,
it's a hot plate.
Yeah, it's like it will kill you in seconds if you're on that floor. So you can't mess around in that prison.
Yeah.
It's
and you want to see more about your favorite character in this whole series.
Don't know.
Cyril.
Oh my God, with Cyril.
You want him to step on the floor?
God, he's like a little. I never want to see him again, but like, we're going to have to put up with this whole stupid character arc.
Do you want him to step on the floor?
I just don't want to. I don't know, because I don't want to see him. I don't even like. At this point, if Andor were to find him and end him, I wouldn't even get any satisfaction from it. That's how much I.
Would you jump? You wouldn't even jump for joy and say thank you. I don't have to follow this guy anymore.
No, because I just he's not a good character. He's not written well. He's my least favorite character in the whole show. I like Dedra though. I think even though she's an Imperial, I find her interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's smart and yeah, she's indoctrinated, but like she's willing to break the rules if it's something she believes in.
Mm-hmm.
Derpy 501st. So I think he's seen the clip I'm talking about.
He saw the clip.
There's like a commotion at the prison, alarms going off, something's going on there.
Did you hear this whole scene around YouTube about this fan theory that they have now about Andy Serkis's character?
Yes, it's a stupid theory.
I was like laughing. I was like, "You're
already like they gave a throwaway explanation. We know who he was. I don't know. He was a Palpatine creation, right?
Yeah.
He's in a freaking jar in The Rise of Skywalker. We don't need to revisit this.
Well, and also in Mandalorian, supposedly, like you could see an outline. It wasn't exactly him, but
look in Warwick Davis, who played Wicket back in Return. Warwick Davis has done multiple. He's appeared in multiple Star Wars films as different characters. It doesn't mean anything, you know.
Yep, exactly.
Like, okay, so if he was Snoke, why would he be there?
Yeah.
Not to mention Snoke's form, like he wasn't like human. He had the form. He had that like non-human form. So like, why would he be like just floor managing a prison?
Mm-hmm. They sucked his brain out and put it into that body.
Why? Why, Mike?
Hey, everybody's pulling stuff out of their butt. Why can't I?
Because you're smarter than that and you know it.
Yeah, well, exactly. But that's a joke that we're doing here because
I just don't.
Boy.
So here's the other news. So multiple outlets reporting Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Black Manta of the Aquaman films, Dr. Manhattan in HBO's Watchmen, is set to play Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, and Marvel's Wonder Man. Disney and Marvel have not yet announced the news, but that seems to be the word. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is Wonder Man. What do you think?
It's not bad. I liked him in Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was and he's a good actor.
I think he's. I mean, yeah.
He's
been getting a lot. He won an Emmy for Watchmen, I think.
Black Manta and Aquaman isn't exactly a good frame of reference, but everything else that he's done, I think, is pretty good.
He's in demand right now. He's building his resume, and he's a hot talent right now. He's in a lot of demand.
Yep.
I don't know. Look, I'm not like. I don't know if he's a good like he was not my first choice for Wonder Man, Simon Williams.
Yeah. Nah. I could say the same.
But look, I'm not gonna like rage about it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like because you know, the one character I was very sort of fixated on was Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really disappointed with Oscar Isaac's casting, but I was disappointed with how the show was executed.
Yep.
That was sort of my main issue.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the fact that your head is floating right now?
No. And look, I got to be honest with you. Aldous Hodge,
mm-hmm.
I thought was a good Hawkman. And that's a black actor playing a character who's been predominantly white throughout his history. So
mm-hmm.
I thought he was a good Hawkman, and I thought it was one of the better aspects of that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
It was The Rock, I thought, was kind of the weak link in that film.
I agree. Like, I thought Aldous Hodge was strong in that movie. And I liked him.
So I don't really have this kind of like closed-minded attitude, like you can't cast it that way kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Can we run the list of those people who have those attitudes? No, I'm just kidding. There's no list.
I'm just saying. I'm saying sometimes I think sometimes it worked, not
mm-hmm.
all the time. Like, for example, I don't think Michael B. Jordan was a great Johnny Storm in
mm-hmm.
the Fantastic Four film.
Oh,
but that wasn't all his fault, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the script on that was just bad.
I mean, and Michael B. Jordan is a great actor.
Exactly.
I'm just, I try to be open-minded about things, just because I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah. So we'll see what happens with Wonder Man. Of course, Marvel hasn't announced it yet, but it will be a Disney Plus show. So
yeah,
my hope is, since they're doing Wonder Man, they will have the Grim Reaper as the villain, and he will be a really cool villain, because that's what I want to see.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we got about 25 minutes. So it will be Andor launching at that time. So how do we like to do it here, Mike?
Well, for everybody who hasn't been here before, and the people who have already been here, you already know this explanation. But here on the MUSE TV watch party and after show, what we do is that at 11:50 is when it usually drops in the West Coast. We will turn off our audio, turn off our cameras, and we'll all watch the show together on our own devices, on our own things, that we don't have no copyright issues, because we don't need Disney to be slapping our hand. We've been doing some great stuff with them, and we don't want that to happen. So when the episode is over, we'll turn on our mics, turn on our camera, and we'll discuss the episode and go in depth to what we thought about it and rate it at the end of the day. So that's how everything goes here at the MUSE TV watch party and after show for all our watch parties and after shows. So there you go. Jeffrey, what are you eating? Pretzels?
Some Andor snacks.
Leftover Halloween candy?
It's not Halloween candy. It's like it's like Luke's. Remember Luke's little rations pack from Empire Strikes Back. I've got a little rations pack down here.
So every time you have one, you start disappearing every little by little, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly. What other big movies are left for this year besides Wakanda Forever?
Avatar.
So we have Avatar: Way of Water.
Mm-hmm.
We have Steven Spielberg's Fabelmans coming out. I'm going to see that. I am going to see that next week.
Yeah, I got invited for a screening, but I may not be able to go because of another event I have going on that day.
Right. You're a busy power broker, Mike,
We're launching the network officially next year.
Okay.
So it's a lot of work. So I didn't think it was going to be that much work, but it is.
Okay. Of course, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery will have a limited theatrical release.
Yeah.
What is that other? Oh, Strange World. So the new Disney animated feature, Strange World.
They haven't said much about it. I haven't seen that many commercials.
We saw all that material at Disney Plus. I feel like they haven't really been pushing it all that hard.
Not at all.
I wonder if Disney just kind of because Lightyear got a big push and it didn't do that well. So I wonder if that's kind of like giving them like whiplash.
Or because it's so close to Avatar that a lot of the budget is being saved for that.
It's not that close. It's closer to Wakanda Forever, really.
Maybe.
Here's Here's my most anticipated movie of the holiday season: Violent Night with David Harbour playing Santa Claus in like a Die Hard plot with John Leguizamo as the villain. That's my most. I want to see that more than Avatar.
Same here.
I'm not joking. I am not joking.
Oh, I agree with you. I'm more excited about that film than anything else right now this holiday season.
Yeah, we also have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, but that'll be on Netflix in December. Avatar, December 16th. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get invited to that. Yeah. Interesting. Are you looking forward to Glass Onion?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see it. That was the closing night film for the Newport Beach Film Festival, but I didn't get a ticket for that one. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to what it's going to be like.
Okay, so it's not really a very stacked holiday season movie wise, but there's some interesting stuff coming. I do want to see Strange World, but I feel like Disney has not been pushing it all that hard.
Yep. Doesn't it come out the day before Thanksgiving?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm shocked. It looks good from what we saw at D23.
Yeah, but I wonder if they feel like I wonder if Disney feels burned by Lightyear because it didn't do well, so they feel like, oh, this is kind of like a sci-fi adventure movie, so people aren't going to like it right now. Or, I don't know. An animated sci-fi adventure.
But right now, a lot of family films are what people are going to look out for because of the kids being off of school, especially that Thanksgiving weekend. But let's see how it does.
Okay.
I mean, there is a Christmas Story coming to HBO Max. Ralphie Returns.
I'm not going to watch that.
Why?
Don't even talk. You don't even like. You know what? Didn't I bring up Home Alone here, and you guys gave me grief for bringing up Home Alone. You guys don't even like Home Alone.
I'm not a big fan of Home Alone.
Why?
It's like a fun watch, but I've only watched it like maybe once, and that's it. Christmas Story I can't watch all the time because they play it over and over and over again on TBS.
No culture, Mike.
But I like Christmas Story because I remember seeing it as a kid and I just laughed like crazy.
Okay, here's another good one. My Father's Dragon. I saw that at Animationist Film Festival. Mm-hmm. That was a wonderful animated film. If you've seen The Secret of Kells or Wolfwalkers, it's the same studio that did those films. Father's Dragon, wonderful, amazing animated film, beautiful animation.
Yeah,
very well done.
Wolfwalkers, I liked that a lot. It was a really good film.
So, same people who made that film made and it's a very, it's heartwarming, but it's emotional. It's very well done. Where's the wrestling show? Bunda. It's
on hiatus.
We're on hiatus. Yeah.
We're bringing it back next year in studio. So after we could bring in some wrestlers coming into the studio, really change it up, but it took a year to really flesh it out. So,
but Bunda, we just talked about wrestling a little earlier because of the Saudi Arabia situation.
Yeah, exactly. But This Week in Pro Wrestling will be returning in 2023, though, on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. So I guess that answers that question. That's why I'm tired.
Do you like Alexa Bliss and Asuka winning the titles?
I was kind of shocked by that, to be honest. Where are they going with the storyline? I'm kind of curious.
Well, I guess they just kind of want got to give something for Asuka and Alexa Bliss to do.
So give them the belts.
And I think, see, what I thought they were going to do is build up to Ronda versus Becky at WrestleMania, but then Becky got hurt. So, and Ronda has the belt. So I assume they're gonna want Ronda to defend the title at WrestleMania. She's gonna hold the title until WrestleMania at least. So I don't know. Maybe Becky will be back by Royal Rumble. Maybe she'll win the Rumble again and challenge, and we'll finally get the matchup we should have gotten 3 years ago.
Yep. 4 years back, all right. Who cares? The only thing worth watching is the bloodline.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul's going to win the title. Logan Paul's going to win the title.
You know what? I'm not even interested in the whole storyline anymore. I'm waiting for Sami Zayn to say something to see them crack up, because it seems like they can't stay in character every time Sami Zayn opens his mouth.
That seems to be getting a lot of attention on social media. Just can Sami make the bloodline corpse?
Usi? He's not
the whole Usi, or whether it's Usi or Waffle House, even though they're supposed to hate Sami, like you just can't hate Sami Zayn because he's so darn likable, I guess.
That is hilarious though. Like last week, you could tell he had to cover his face the whole time to stay in character.
Why not just have Sami fight Roman Reigns, you know?
Yeah, true. I don't know, Bunda.
I never.
Sami Zayn was that.
It only took you like 10 years, Bunda. Hey,
he's funny. Like I didn't realize he was at that level either.
I mean, did you see him do the dance? Like, what about the dance? The guy's a trip. He's hilarious. Like, remember the Sami? The Sammy dance during the whole conspiracy thing?
Yeah, the conspiracy thing was kind of weak, though. I never liked
dancing was great. The whole bad dancing was great.
Ska Sammy Zayn was kind of cool.
What is Ska Sammy?
That was when he first came into WWE, when he had the ska music coming out. That was his interest music.
I feel like ever since I think he was able to open up more ever since he got paired up with Kevin Owens and turned heel, and they did the KO show. Oh, give it a rest, Bunda. Bunda, you're barking up the wrong tree, man.
Yeah, he's.
We're not gonna get into the weeds here.
We'll save that for next year when we figure out the road.
Hey, Bunda, why don't you try calling Wardlow a Munchkin or Samoa Joe a Munchkin? See how that works out for you. Smart guy.
Will come. We'll discuss that next year as the road to WrestleMania comes into LA.
Yeah.
And we start this week in pro wrestling talking about the road to WrestleMania.
But the road to WrestleMania hasn't.
Well, here's the thing. You've been to WrestleManias before in other states, right?
Correct.
So, as we're waiting for Andor to start, is it true like there's a bunch of other wrestling promotions that kind of piggyback off of WrestleMania weekend?
Yeah. It's like common practice at this point.
Do you think we're going to have something like that in LA?
Well, I think yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Will Ring of Honor come out that week? I don't know, but like PWG is already in Southern California. I'm sure GCW will want to do like some WrestleMania week thing. But yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, look, because you have people from all over the world, it's a good idea for independent promotions to try to piggyback off of WrestleMania.
So read that comment.
Samoa Joe is not 50.
Here's this comment, and the last one.
What do you make of it? What do you make of that, Mike? Is Tony Khan proving how foolish he is? Is he in over his head?
I think he's over his head. That's for sure. I think some of the decisions and some of the things that have caused this has really caused issues. But like in any company that's a young company, things like this are going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but things are going to happen. There's always going to be an issue.
Okay. I mean, people make it sound like Vince McMahon never had issues.
Oh, yeah, he had issues.
Now, also, just for example, Fight TV has a big streaming deal now with GCW. So I'm sure GCW, they're a big major indie outfit. I'm sure they're going to want to do stuff on WrestleMania week, and I'm sure they're going to come out here. So I'm sure it's going to be a whole big production that whole week, basically.
I was shocked AEW was coming into LA really early next year.
In Ring of Honor's heyday, they came out here. I went to a Ring of Honor show, like at I want to say at like it was over by LAX at like one of the either the airport Hilton or Airport Marriott. But I went to a Ring of Honor event.
Spearmint Rhino by the airport.
Huh?
Spearmint Rhino by the airport?
No, not Spearmint Rhino. It was that like it was in like a Marriott or Hilton ballroom or something kind of thing. It was a good show. It was a good show. Claudio was there. Cesaro, Christopher Daniels was there. It was a good event.
Oh, cool. I've never been to a Ring of Honor show. So
yeah, this was.
I've been to like Lucha Libre shows and like.
I'm sure I don't know if AAA will be coming out, but I'm sure there will be some Lucha stuff that week as well.
Yeah. Vince had issues, but he never had indie talent as EVPs mess with millions of dollars.
Sure he has.
I don't remember. He may have.
Survivor Series.
But I always think that I knew that was going to eventually become messy. But
Jeff Jarrett and Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? It was a while back, but that happened.
Yeah.
Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels getting into fights at the arena.
Well, yeah. But see, that's the thing that I think with this situation, it's kind of like it's so it's so new that I think it caught a lot of people off guard. For me, I kind of knew something. It just to me, it seemed like a messy situation, and something was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to be now. I thought it was going to be like 5, maybe 6 years from now.
Well, look, it's done. I don't know what's going to happen with all that. It's still being worked out, so I don't know. So, all right, so we got about 10 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think another one of the standout performers this season on Andor, besides Denise Gouth, is also Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think she's really good. I really like the way she's performing because she actually has more to work with this time, and we get to see a different side of Mon Mothma that we didn't see before. And Bunda, we'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out. We will be bringing the wrestling show back in 2023.
You think we're going to see more Saw Gerrera, and you think we're going to see like this whole big another heist thing play out?
I have a feeling Saw Gerrera is going to cause the issues in there and break them out.
But do they even know he's there yet? Because remember, he's under a false identity.
Well, true. Probably not. Because it's not the name that he used on.
Unless it's a big coincidence.
Yeah, but I'm sure what's his name could find him though.
Could be. But remember, Luthen and his cohorts were finding him to kill him because he knows too much, basically.
Well, yeah.
Because like he was like, I don't want to work for you guys anymore. I want to do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
very true.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We're 8 minutes away till start.
Oh, what do you know? Do you know much about this new Evil Dead thing?
Very little.
So it comes out next year. So what is this, a remake or a sequel? What is this film?
I think it's a continuation.
Okay.
Because Bruce Campbell is heavily involved in that. When I interviewed him earlier this year, he was talking about how he's involved. How much is he involved? I'm not sure, but it's like.
But like the last movie was like a standalone, but then Ash shows up in it at the end, and then they did Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
it could be the same type of premise, or when he comes, something could work out. I'm kind of curious. I don't know where it's going.
It's been like 10 years since they made that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. I like the TV show. The TV show was good.
Also, Peacock is doing a Friday the 13th prequel, from A24 called Crystal Lake.
Yep.
Brian Fuller is going to helm the show. That's kind of interesting.
Well, what are they going to do with that anyway?
I guess it's going to be
the mother.
Maybe young Jason Voorhees. You know, how what put
little hockey mask on there.
I guess they could do that, but maybe it's more like him being bullied and his mother becoming like a psychopath or sociopath kind of thing.
Possibly.
Because didn't Jason die?
Many times.
But the whole point was his mother, like he died. He drowned, right?
Yeah.
And then like his mother was the killer in the first movie, but then they brought Jason in as the new killer.
Yeah.
So
please explain it to me because I get lost as well.
So he survived the whole. Was he never dead? And his mother just thought he was dead?
I think so, because remember he comes out of the lake and he pulls the scroll down, or is that?
I don't think I've ever, other than the first movie, I don't know if I've ever watched like the sequels all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just like go through them as they're on TV. You know?
Yeah,
I think the original movie is like a decent horror film, kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street, but like a lot of the sequels are just rubbish.
yeah. What, Jason in New York? Doesn't Jason in Space?
Those films were wacky and dumb. No.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
And no.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
well, speaking of Lupita Nyong'o, she will star in another franchise horror thing, A Quiet Place Day One.
Yeah.
So good for her. Academy Award winner. She's going to be in Black Panther this month. Back as Nakia.
Next week.
So she's doing some big things too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think they're still going to do Quiet Place Part 3 with John Krasinski directing it. But this is like a spin. It's described as a spinoff. We don't know what the deal is though. So she's a great actress. So, and I love A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. So I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I like the first one. I never saw the second one.
This one is being directed by Michael Sarnowski, who directed Pig with that movie with Nicolas Cage, by the way. So he's directing this one.
Let's see. Gonna take a look. 11:46. Get everything ready.
Yeah. So it's not there yet. So we're still going to be waiting a little bit until we get our episode launched.
Yep.
And then we're going to go on mute for a little while. We're going to watch the episode, and then we'll come back for our post-show after party. Yeah.
Okay.
And all.
Yep. Tomorrow I actually got a premiere too. I got to attend a premiere tomorrow.
All right. What is it?
Mammals with George with James Corden.
Oh, do you have the Disney bundle? I'm curious.
Yes.
If you upgrade to the Disney bundle, do you have to cancel your other subscription, or does it do that?
I don't know, because I got the bundle up outright because I wanted UFC.
Can you do the bundle for a year, or do you just have to do it monthly?
I'm not sure. Like I have it monthly.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can.
So there's no way to do like a monthly or a yearly thing for the bundle.
No, not that I know of. But that may have changed though. I did see Apple TV Plus was raising their rates. Is that true?
Everyone is right now, aren't they?
I think so.
Netflix is doing something. I mean, Disney Plus is, or they're about to. Yeah. So, all right. So we're in the final countdown phase, and then we'll get to our new episode of Andor, episode 9, coming up in just a little bit.
$69 a year.
What was that?
Apple TV Plus for a year is $69.
It's just that do they have enough for you to sate you for that year? Do you get the bang for your buck kind of thing? Yeah,
I always question that. If I get like a Apple One, where you pay one price for everything,
right?
You get your cloud storage, you get your music.
The thing is, I did that founder circle for Disney way back in 2019.
Oh yeah, that's over now, isn't it? Or you have
one
more?
So it just ended. And that was a pretty good deal because it was you basically got Disney Plus for 3 years, and you were paying basically less than $4 a month for it.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a good deal.
Yeah, I was thinking of pulling that deal for when we hit the paywall. Do a 3-year deal, cheap price, just to get people involved. I thought about that. We're not sure yet. 11:49. Let's check. But those are inside details that shouldn't have said right now. But
well, you said it, not me.
I know I said it. But
I was just talking about subscriber stuff, everyday subscriber stuff.
Hey, eventually
you're talking inside baseball.
Yeah, eventually you got to make money somehow. And,
hey,
and
I
just don't want to go. I just don't want to go too high.
Yeah.
Because I think it should be affordable for what we're for anything that we're doing. It's $11.50.
Everyone's gouging right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, here we go.
It's up. Nobody's listening.
Here we go. We'll see you in a little bit, everybody.
We'll return after the episode. See ya.
So once Mike gets in here, we can get started with our post-show after party and talk about things. That was an intense episode. Oh man, a lot to unpack. It was just we had torture, euthanasia. I mean, it's not a prison, it's a death camp. It's a death camp. It's a Star Wars version of a death camp. It's horrible. Man. It felt corrosive. It's like a strangulation, just a slow strangulation of these poor individuals. But yeah, awful. Just a rough business. All right, so Mike's not in here yet, so we're just waiting on Mike to finish up, and then we will do the post-show discussion, and we will get into it. For Cassian Andor, please bring us your comments. Let's see if I can get back on camera. Hey, everybody. So we are just waiting for Mike.
Never more than 12, huh?
All right. Well, at least now he's got Kino. He's got Kino on his side now. So
yep.
So it was a slow burn. So I guess we're gonna have to wait another week for the prison break.
Yes.
It'll probably be next week. A lot of developments this week. The prison scenes are the best scenes because it's not a prison. It's a death camp.
Yep.
It's a death camp. It's not a prison. It's not a rehab. It's not a rehabilitation facility, a correctional facility. It is a death camp. There's no other way. No one's getting out. So there was this slim hope for everyone that eventually, if they work all their shifts, they'll get released. No one's getting released.
Nope.
They work them to the bone, they work them to death, and then they fry them. So now Kino is wise to that. He was just Kino. He was just trying to get out. He was just trying to do his time and get out, but there's no getting out of there. It's not a prison. It's a concentration camp.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah.
A
good episode though. I gotta say that because it really pulled me in. Except for, we
found out Vel from Luthen's group is Mon Mothma's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes from like this noble family, and now she's joined the Rebel Alliance, or the early version of the Rebel Alliance. So now we know the connection. We know the familiar connection between Vel, Mon Mothma, and Luthen.
Yeah.
So now we know that. Bix was tortured. So did you like how they did that? The torture callback to Empire Strikes Back with the door shutting as she's screaming.
Yep.
And then
notice that right off the bat.
Clear callback to Empire Strikes Back in that scene.
Yeah.
Poor Bix is alive, but she's still in custody, and they tortured her, and she gave them everything she knew.
Yeah.
We didn't see her give them everything, but from the ISB meeting scenes, we know that she gave up all the information. So they broke her. So that's really sad. So I can only imagine what that sort of audio torture they were playing for her could have sounded like. But man, what are your thoughts?
This episode was just dark. It was tough. Especially what's her name? Right off the bat was just amazing acting. The ISB
acting.
It's late.
Old acting, Mike.
Speak.
Who?
Can't speak. I'm trying to find the name right now on my.
Which character?
For ISB who was interrogating Bix.
Oh, Denise Galf.
Yeah.
Dedra Mira. Yes.
Dedra Mira. Damn, she's like
she's
cold.
Man, she's like
cold as all hell.
Man, she's cold as ice.
And I was just like enthralled with her acting. Yeah. She never broke, and it was so good. Even with your favorite character, like almost like ready to just say, "Shut the hell up," and I'm gonna throw.
Oh God, I could not. I couldn't. I could barely stomach those Cyril scenes. We had another scene with his mother, and then like the guy. Like, did you see that scene with him and Dedra?
Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Unhinged.
That's the one I'm talking about. Like he's lost it now.
He's a sociopath. Now, do you think Dedra is attracted to him, or do you think she's thinking, hey, maybe I can use this guy?
I think she's thinking maybe. I think there was a point where she was thinking I could use this guy, but now I'm kind of wondering if she's starting to think something different.
I don't know.
Especially in that encounter.
I don't know where they're going with this Cyril plot line, but the Cyril scenes are still the worst scenes. Also, I didn't really care for the banking scenes just because, like, I get what they're doing here. They're going for a very grounded, gritty style. And just the banking stuff is just kind of, like, boring and kind of clinical to me. It's just, like, okay, like, Mon Mothma has to meet with a banker to clean and hide them. Like, they stole all this money from, where was it? From Aldhani. They have to hide the money, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But, like, this whole kind of, like, I'm not really interested in getting to point A to point B. Like, okay, they stole some money. They got to hide it and clean it. Like,
yeah, that was something that I agree with you that could have been left out.
Just because, what is this? Is this Sopranos? Is this The Shield? Like, we don't need 20 episodes where they have like, oh man, we got all this money, we got to hide the money now, we got to clean the money, we got to clean our nest egg. You know, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that I agree with you on that one. I think it took away from the
prison scenes were great because they're intense, they're full of tension, and we know something is gonna. It didn't come to a head this week, but we know it's going to.
Yeah, and I think when they found out, especially with Andy Serkis's character and how he finds out that it's all a lie.
He's not a bad guy. He's just trying to survive. He's doing what he thinks he has to do to survive, and now he realizes there's no getting out of there unless we fight back and figure something out.
Exactly.
But Andor has already been figuring a way out, and he's already trying to collect, like we saw from the beginning. He's already trying to collect information and figure a way out of there. I don't know how they're going to get out of there though. Like,
I don't know either, but
it's like the floors are booby trapped. And they still have those, like the guards are still pretty heavily armed. Like they have those remotes, and they have stun weapons, and they probably have weapons we haven't even seen yet. So
I guess I'm thinking that he's already thinking like you take a guard and you take his boots.
I guess they got to find it, but they don't have enough boots for the prisoners.
No,
like the prisoners, yes, the prisoners outnumber the guards. But you need to shut down that alloyed floor that will kill them all.
Yeah.
Also, did they just fry all the guys at the low yielding table too?
Yep.
That's man, that was brutal. Like that stuff was just bleak and man, that was rough. So that stuff I think is good because it's more adult than what we're typically used to in Star Wars, but look, we know stuff like this was going on.
Yeah.
And we know the Empire is tyrannical. And look, in A New Hope, they just blew a planet out of the sky. It's billions of people. Here we just see it's more personal though now. Because we see that they work this old man to death, and then they euthanize him. And then once these guys get out, they just cycle them back in, or they fry them, and they kill a whole floor, right?
Yep.
So we see it though. We see it though firsthand. In A New Hope, we didn't see or have a relationship with all the people that got blown up, right?
No.
So they kind of put it what I mean. I'm not trying to trivialize that, even it's a fictional movie, but I'm just saying they kept it at a distance from the audience. Here we're like we see this guy suffering for like the whole hour, and then at the end they just kill him. They just work this poor old man to death. And like Kino feels bad for him. Like Kino is a compassionate person. He's just trying to get out and survive. He did not want that man to die.
And that's the thing. It's like that's what I like is that they're showing what the Empire. Like we never really saw how bad the Empire was.
They treat them worse than animals,
Yeah, and I think that's what the show really does is show that the Empire was really ruthless in everything, especially setting up what was going on. He kind of had an idea, but not to this level.
Right. And it's interesting because then you had, what was it? Like, remember in Tales of the Jedi, you had a situation with Count Dooku turning on the Republic and the Jedi Order because he saw corruption within the Republic in the Senate, and he grew disgusted by it, and that's what incited him to join Palpatine. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
But this is not a solution,
Exactly.
All you did was multiply the tyranny by a billion-fold. But
I agree.
I think my problem with Dooku, though, in the prequels, he was not that layered of a character. I don't think.
I don't think because they didn't really build him up, give him a story. We've learned more about him afterwards than
but like that character we learn about does not seem quite the same as the one in the movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of my problem, but yeah,
because he got killed off really quick. When you think about
it, do you think Vela's going to get out of this show alive? The cousin, Mon Mothma's cousin.
I really do not know. I'm thinking she's not. That's I think she'll get away. She'll still be alive after this 12 episodes. I don't know about the next 12.
Now, what is Andor going to do? If Andor we know Andor is going to break out, but is he going to go back to his home planet to save his mother and Bix, or what do you think?
I think he's going to try. He's going to try and get back.
How does he find out about Bix and his mother? Because like the Dedra is already planning to make his mother his bait for Andor.
Yeah.
So
I think the people are going to tell him, or that one guy, the one individual.
And now the other issue, the ISB is now aware of what they were trying to do on Spellhouse, so now they're basically setting a trap for the guerrillas and the rebels with the Spellhouse thing.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, and the ISB's already gotten aware of it.
Yeah. What's his Brasso? On the planet. That's the guy's name, Brasso.
Who's Brasso?
He's the guy who went to work, got his gloves. He is the one who talked to Andor.
He's Andor's friend?
Yeah.
His work. So he's maybe one way they could could warn it, maybe somehow contact Andor about Bix, what happened to Bix.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was the prison stuff was intense. Like once you realize, like you kind of had a feeling last week that this prison is a death camp, but like they built it up and they drove it home this week.
Oh yeah,
so that was rough.
They definitely.
What do you think of Cyril as a character and all this Cyril stuff?
I still say he's turning psychotic now.
But you like Cyril?
Oh, I don't like Cyril at all. I think he's a little bitch.
Do you like his acting and do you like his scenes? Because I can't stand him.
The acting is fine. The story the writing for him is a little odd for me. It's almost like a bit part, like that. To be honest, at this point, he's not really needed, but they keep throwing him in.
If we now they said Mon Mothma has to meet with like this gangster named Davos Skolden. I hope he's like a big, like weird looking alien or something.
Let's see,
like
if
an odious.
pops up.
I think that's my big complaint in the show. There are too many humans in a Star Wars show. We need more aliens. Like, I get what they're doing, but like it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't have like more aliens at this death camp. Two, we haven't seen much in the way of alien non-human characters in this show. We've had a couple droids, but we need some freaking non-humans and some aliens. I don't know who Davos Skolden is going to be, but I hope he's like an alien character.
Yeah, we need to see some aliens, because what is this, the second episode that we have not seen? Almost all these.
Now, let me ask you another question. Is there any redemption out there for Dedra at all?
For Dedra? No. There is no redemption.
What if there were to be a tipping point for her, and she realized that everything she's doing is a lie, and she were to try to defect? What would you think?
I don't think she's one of those who wouldn't believe it. I really think she'll continue with her mission.
She seemed to almost enjoy what she was doing to Bix.
Yeah.
That's like the worst part, that she enjoyed.
Well, that's where
inflicting that.
That's where when Cyril stopped her, she kind of took back a little bit, but then she pushed forward. That tells me that there's no redemption for her. Like, she gave him a break, but next time, she's gonna send, like, have him taken away.
Cyril's like, you know what? I think you want to know why Cyril bothers me. He reminds me of Hayden Christensen in Attack of the Clones. That's kind of why he's off-putting to me. And now he seems to have a similar relationship with Dedra.
Yep.
And then next episode, Dedra is going to confess her undying love for him, just like Padme.
Oh, I think he's gonna.
Why not?
I think he's gonna she's gonna fry him. Or put him in jail.
Okay, now
do
you think Padme and Anakin had good chemistry in Attack of the Clones?
No.
Like, did you buy into their romance and relationship? Because that was my big problem with that movie.
Nope. Not at all.
And now I feel like we're seeing it play out again.
No, I don't think there is a romantic relationship between
except Denise Galp is great.
Oh yeah, great actor.
She really like her acting this week was like award-worthy acting. Like, yeah. I'm like, give this lady the Emmy right now. She's like becoming my dark horse in this series, I think.
Yeah, every scene she comes into is really good.
And like I never noticed it before, but like this week I was definitely hearing some Yennefer Vengerberg. So now that I know that, I was like, oh my god, it is Yennefer. All right. So yeah, we have this. We have Tales of the Jedi on Disney Plus. And the Mandalorian's right around the corner. So I think when we do another watch party, it should probably be for Mandalorian season 2, don't you think?
Yeah, that's when we're gonna season 3.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that'll probably be spring, like March or April, don't you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be sometime between February, March, or April. Which I'm hoping.
I mean, if you think about it, that's right around the corner, because we're in November now. So
all I'm saying, I hope it's February, because then it could end before we go to CinemaCon.
So let's see. So we'll be able to. So we're gonna finish out Andor in the next couple weeks. So we have 3 more. We have 3 more weeks of Andor, right?
Yes. Yep. Okay. And then we take a break for holidays.
Okay.
And then we'll be back in 2023 for our next watch party, which will be coming up.
All right. Anything else going on? We need to unpack, Mike?
No, I think that's everything for this episode. I think we covered everything. I'm really looking forward to the next episode, though.
Yeah, they're gonna get at, like, they have to do something. They got to get out of that death, because it's not a prison; it's a death camp.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't gonna the escape isn't gonna happen in episode 12.
Yeah, they got to escape. They got to escape, and I don't know what's gonna happen at Spellhouse, but I feel like ultimately what will happen by the end of the season is Andor will be inducted into the Rebel Alliance by that point, is what I assume will happen. Because if by the end of the season he's not like a full-fledged rebel, then this whole season was pointless. Basically.
Yeah. All right. Completely agree.
All right. Well, I am Jeffrey, once again, the J to the E to the double F-ree. You can check me out on Twitter at Wheeljack83. Yep,
and I'm Mike Sandoval with MUSE TV. We have great interviews up right now with Letitia Wright and Maybell and Alex from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So check that out. We got some more stuff coming up. We have Destination Extended. We still have Halloween videos we have not put up, and they're going up before Christmas starts unofficially on November 11th, because that's when it seems like all the theme parks are going to be doing their Christmas events starting at that time. So we'll be putting Halloween stuff up to that moment, and then we go right into Christmas, and then just remember to check out Muse by Muse on Muse TV. We got a lot of great stuff coming up, and I think that's everything. I'm ready to go to sleep and get ready for tomorrow. So,
Mike, are you seeing Destination Unknown, Ruby Soho?
Well, that's always Rancid is always a nice trigger to everything that I do, but no, that's not how it is. But
you mentioned a destination. You were talking about Rancid, right?
Yeah, that's our new our theme park travel show, Destination and Destination Extended.
Destination Ruby Soho.
Well, like I told you, anything with Rancid is always a good thing to work on.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
We'll see you next time here on the Muse TV Watch Party and After Show.
Thank you, guys.
See you later.